I'm Xton. I'm a software engineer by trade and an artist and craftsperson by hobby. Um, all work and no play makes Jack a major depressive, so I like to make things. And this is a comfort object, I've been calling them. It's sort of like a worry stone. Ever heard of these? Think of a worry stone as like a Stone Age fidget spinner. The idea is just a flat rock with an indentation that's comfortable to hold in your hand, that you might keep in your pocket and just kind of fiddle with all day. It provides a certain amount of comfort and focus. Why am I making these? So I've been making things out of wood for a little while. First it was just boxes and playing with joinery. And then one day my wife asked me to make a sort of decorative bowl, square with a smooth indentation in it. And I liked the way that looked and the way it felt, and it made me think of these worry stones. So I decided to make something closer to that. So I went out into the woods in the park near my house and cut up some fallen logs and carved this. And people were into it and they liked it and they wanted their own. And I started thinking about how can I take this further? And I was thinking, like, how does this fit my hand and what am I doing with it? And so I was talking to my wife, like, what sort of interactions would you want to have with this object, and what I wanted as well. And so my second attempt was this guy. It's a lot more complicated. It's got lots of bulbous areas to like cradle my palm, and it's really formed around this finger intersection. I also was thinking about like the symbol. What does it remind me of? And that's where I came up with this one, which is sort of like an ergonomic mouse, with then some extra little bits to make it nice to hold. So yeah, there's that combination of action and symbolism. I think about this when I think about like industrial design, like the handle of a tool. So I kept making them, and started thinking about how do I scale this process? How do I bring other people into it? How do I build something that is meaningful and comfortable for somebody? So I started formulating this interview process. And I usually go on a video conference with them and ask them about things, but ask them about what sort of actions do they do with their hands when they're fidgeting or when they are in stress. And like what sort of forms appeal to them? What are they making recently? What's sort of dominating their lives? While they're talking, I'll start sketching. And it's mostly meaningless doodles, but this is what turned into my sister Jana's cover object. So, yeah, symbols can be anything from more concrete heart shapes to a tool or something. This is not one of these projects, but one of the inspirations is a plane handle that I made. Any similar qualities. So yeah, actions, when I think about the actions, it's usually like some action that you do when you're stressed or when you're just trying to concentrate. This is a sort of playful one. It's sort of a tadpole or sperm or something, but it's designed to be gripped. So it's sort of cylindrical shape. It's got an indentation for your thumb, another one back here for your fingers. And with each repetition, you kind of want to make it better and more interesting, both to look at and to create. You start thinking about the materials and the techniques. Here's one where I created a blank using just a sandwich of different kinds of wood. Some one that has a crack through it. The action here is snapping. It's interrupting that motion here. It's also just kind of a nice form that's fun to play with. Here's another sort of exploration. I don't call it a comfort object because it was the precursor to another one that I gave to a friend. But it's just digging into a unique piece of wood and seeing what it's like to smooth it out. This is just from our firewood pile, but you can see it's got different colors and different patterns of the grain. It's fun. So yeah, those are my comfort objects. It's not a particularly unique idea. There's plenty of precursors, but it's something that's meaningful to me, and I hope that you can take that and expand on it and make it meaningful to you and comfortable.